Floyd Mayweather shocked everyone when he stormed the stage at the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis press conference, warning Jake in front of the crowd. The event turned wild as both camps threw verbal shots, showing just how serious this rivalry has become before their massive showdown.
Just showing up. Honestly, yeah, just I'm gonna knock him out. He has a lot of flaws in his defense, and I'm gonna expose him. Look what a 135 Lamont Roach did to him, and it's just gonna be so much fun for me. I'm so
What
glad
he
that
do?
God gave me this moment. I'm Gervonta
What did he
Tank
do?
Davis's.
Critics are calling Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis a circus, not a real fight. But Ariel Hell, when he disagrees, he says MMA fans love crossover fights, so why not boxing fans? Hell, when he pointed out the double standard, saying that while this fight might not be traditional, it's still pure entertainment, and that's what fans really want.
Generally, I'm sure it'll be a little bit closer, maybe 200 to 150. How much bigger can Tank get? Why would that be somewhat celebrated in MMA, but in boxing it isn't? Do you know what I mean, Pizzi? In
Yeah.
MMA, like we sort of love the freak shows, but in boxing they don't. Why do you think that is? What does that say about us in MMA?
Well, we're a sick bunch of fucks. There's no doubt about that. But I will
You
say,
agree,
like,
right, or no?
yeah, like the idea of the MMA freak show is everybody coming together and saying, "Oh, we're gonna watch a freak show. This is what this is. We know what this is. It is absolutely mental. What we're gonna watch here." I think where people get annoyed with Jake is like, he even got me. You know what I mean? This guy is the greatest outrage farmer of all time. I saw his tweet and I was like, reading it, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, this is exactly what he fucking wants me to do. Like this is every time I'm doing this, um, he's in the game of getting eyeballs, and this is ridiculous. As long as why do I like an MMA freak show? Why would I watch Eddie Hall in an MMA fight against Dylan Dennis? I'd be like, this is fucking ridiculous, and I have to watch it. That's the way I feel about Jake Paul and Davis. I will watch it. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's all of us getting together to go to the circus for the evening. I think the reason why there's pushback against it when Jake does it is because Jake and obviously tactfully is going like, "What are you talking about? This guy's a world champion. I took out Mike Tyson. He's a world champion, and then I'm going to take out Canelo and stuff like this." Like he's winding us up. He's not agreeing to the stipulation that we're all agreeing on, which is this is a freak show. This is absolutely mental. As long as we can agree with that, we can all enjoy it collectively.
But do you not think he does agree to that? Do you not think he knows what this is?
No, I do. I do.
Floyd Mayweather spoke about the fight again, saying the Paul brothers are doing their thing, and people just don't get it. But he made it clear Jake Paul still hasn't faced a real, elite boxer like Gervonta Davis. This is where Jake's true skills will finally be tested.
Like I said before, they know what they're doing. Both brothers,
Yeah.
Logan as well as Jake, they know what they're doing. So they're doing.
Orphans and boxing experts are divided. Some believe this matchup doesn't fit the spirit of real boxing. For Davis's loyal supporters, it feels like a step back for a fighter known for destroying top talent. The criticism isn't just about Jake Paul. Being a YouTuber, it's about whether this fight even belongs in professional boxing.
Believe people think that Tank ain't gonna knock out Jake Paul. Like, bruh, I'm gonna tell you exactly how it's gonna go. Jake Paul will go in that ring thinking he has the upper hand, he has the reach, he has the weight, and he gonna go in there confident. Yeah, he might stun Tank a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you, he gonna underestimate Tank. That's exactly what's about to happen. He's gonna underestimate him and his size, and he gonna get crushed. I think this right here is what's gonna end Jake Paul's boxing career. I think that Jake Paul, when you sit here and think about it, the people he fought, I'm not saying they wasn't real fighters, but they just not no Tank Davis. Buddy, I'm telling you, I don't think this is scripted. I think, yes, this is for money, but I think it's like, hey, at your own cost, go in that ring. Y'all know the weight difference. What's going to happen is what's going to happen at the end of the day. I think Tank really go, hey, drop him. He ain't going to understand. Jake Paul ain't gonna understand how, but he's about to see it. And on some real stuff, I think Tank setting Jake Paul up. I remember when Jake Paul went up against Tyson, he said, you need to fight me. Like, I want to get in the ring with Jake Paul. He disrespected the boxing world by getting in the ring with Tyson and embarrassing him. And, Tank really messed with Tyson. I think he set him up, bro. Mark my words. I think he like, yeah, come in the ring, boy. We gonna do a friendly, you know what I'm saying? A match or whatever. We'll get this money. He about to embarrass him November 14th. Just because Jake Paul think the boxing world's sweet. He think it's sweet. He think they about to keep taking it easy on him with these fights. All right, I bet you. How much I want to bet? Tank is setting him up. He's finna literally do him so bad just to make an example out of.
Drama keeps getting crazier. Reports say Shocker Stevenson sparred with Jake Paul, and fans went off on him for it. But Shocker stayed calm, saying he's not bothered by the hate and uses it as motivation. His reaction showed maturity. But the whole situation proves how controversial this fight has become. It's now more about drama than boxing.
When Turkey was doing all that, like, I don't want no boring Tom and Jerry fights, he came out with a Tom and Jerry hat. And then he fought in a style that is not sustainable for him. And it's not, again, for me, it's not sustainable because fighting like that, if you do that with the wrong one, you'll lose. If you fight how you fight, okay, it's going to be harder to win. But you're putting your own self on the chopping block, trying to appease the crowd or not be Tom and Jerry. It's not sustainable. And even in the Zepeda fight, he got rocked back with a jab and fell into the ropes like that. So you could say I wasn't hurt and all that, but it's still a bad look. It's a bad look. People always talk about Tank, the knee, hair grease thing, but what about Shakur getting rocked into the ropes from a Zepeda jab? Even if you were off balance, you're supposed to be light years ahead of Zepeda skillfully. So to me, that still looks really bad. Like, I've watched 50 fights from Floyd Mayweather, and he's fighting way better than Zepeda level. And Canelo and these guys, they're not punching him into the ropes and he's staggering back. The optics of it look bad. So back to it, Shakur, I feel like he's trying so hard to look unbothered, but he always replies to it so you could tell he's bothered. He's like, man, I got him so mad at me. And I personally, I don't prefer that when people do that. Like, for example, Shakur's like, man, I got him tuned in and thanks for the support. Bro, they're not really supporting you. They're all the comments underneath you saying whatever you said about I get to pick Jake Paul's brain and work with him and all that. Most of them were negative. So you're trying to like it's so weird because it reminds me of when I've seen people like celebrities or whatever who they have a
Boxing stars like Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford have also weighed in. They warn that even though Gervonta Davis is far more skilled, Jake Paul's size and strength could make things dangerous. They say fights like this blur the line between real boxing and showbiz, turning the sport into entertainment instead of competition.
Because he views Jake Paul as a decent boxer. This is not the first time that someone has come out and said this. We've heard Terrence Bud Crawford come out and say that because of the size difference, Tank won't be able to hurt Jake Paul, and that Jake Paul could probably knock him out with one punch. We've seen Shakur Stevenson's words say that this is a clown show, that this is a disgrace to boxing, that it's something that he doesn't want to be a part of, but then do everything he can to be a part of it by turning from 2-division, 3-division world champion, former unified champion, and turning himself from that into a damn sparring partner for Jake Paul. So people's words, people's actions are showing that they really, really deep down like this fight. And now you can add Devin the Dream Haney to the list of fighters. And I just find it funny because here's the thing. I disagree with him. I am only interested in this fight because, number one, I'm a diehard Gervonta Tank Davis fan. And number two, I don't really like Jake Paul at all. So I would like to see Tank Davis knock his block off. But as far as a competitive standpoint, as far as thinking it's a good fight, as far as loving the fight, nah, bro, I think it's a trash-ass fight. I think Tank Davis is way too good, way too skilled, way too talented to even allow Jake Paul to share the ring with him. That is my opinion. And so as a result, my pick of the fight or my overview and analysis of the fight is the same. If it's a real fight, if this is something that Tank Davis is taking serious, Jake Paul is going to get in that bitch and be a